what customs, traditions, holidays we supposed to celebrate? Right. Because that's why most of y'all out here, right? We celebrate what? I hear the Mariah Carey going on right now. Bring it out. Right? Christmas. And guess what? We were never supposed to celebrate Christmas. If I was to ask all of y'all your nationality, what would you tell me? I'm going to start again with you, big bro. Since it's all right. What's your nationality? African American. Cuban. What about you? Okay, African American, Cuban, African American. What y'all? Antigua American. Understood. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto who?
Unto all Israel.
So when you read the Bible all the way through from Genesis to Revelation, the Bible is only written to one person. Its audience is Israel throughout the whole book.
Right.
Okay? So who are those people today? Let's see this sign right here. So you said you was African American, right? According to the Bible, you would be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Okay? Since you said you was Cuban, according to the Bible, you would be an Israelite from the tribe of Manasseh.
Right.
She would be from Judah as well. Since you said Antiguan American, you would be from the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
Understand? All right? So we got multiple different tribes here. How do we know this Bible pertains only to us? Because the Bible don't say Antiguan American, African American, Cuban. How do we know? The curses of God show us who we are. Verse 15. 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So when the Bible says it shall come to pass, it's talking about future history, future prophecy. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we don't listen to God, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, then all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
What is a curse? Is that a good thing or a bad thing, bro? It's a bad thing. Everybody agree. Right? Come on.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, why did these curses happen to us? What did it just say? Because we didn't keep the commandments. Good, good. Now, we're going to get a commandment, or excuse me, a curse that deals with our people today while we think we're different names. Give me 37.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So it says we will become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. That byword means we're going to be called outside of our God-given name.
Right.
So we will call ourselves African American, Cuban, Antiguan American. Right. Those names were never given to us. God told us never to go by those names. We were always supposed to be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, from the tribe of Manasseh, from the tribe of Benjamin. Right. Understand? So let's get another curse that God said we go after. Actually, as a matter of fact, verse 45 and 46. Just so you can understand that these curses are still happening to us to this very day.
Right. Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Are we destroyed today? Are we destroyed? How do you know that we're destroyed? Okay. Good, I like that answer. Sis, how do you know that we're destroyed? Wait, sis, I'm coming to you next. I got you. How do you know we destroyed, sis? Same thing, what about you? Killing each other? Good. Hey, another way that we know that we destroyed is this.
Bring it out.
We got destroyed here. You know how else we know we destroyed? Because we don't call ourselves by our God-given name, our God-given nationality. That's how we know we destroyed. Everybody else in this part, if they not part of the 12 tribes, I guarantee they can tell me where they from. If I ask an Italian guy, where is he from? He gonna tell me Italy. If I ask somebody German American, they gonna tell me where they from. Germany. You understand? If they Polish, they from Poland. They already know by the names that they call themselves. But we call ourselves African American. We're not from African America. That doesn't even exist.
Right.
You understand? Those things don't make no sense. And God said it was going to happen to us if we did what? Break God's commandments. So what do we need to do to reverse that thing? We need to keep God's commandments. Absolutely right. We're going to get that next. Come on.
because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee.
He says, so they, the curses were going to be upon us, read,
For a
for a
sign
sign
and for a wonder.
and for a wonder, meaning we're going to wonder why these things happen to us. And the sign is to signify who the people of Israel are. Because these curses did not happen to everybody. Okay? Read.
And upon thy seed forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever and ever and ever until Christ returns. Until Christ returns. These curses are going to happen to us. So, let's get 68. More understanding on how we can identify who the children of Israel are. How do we know that we're the children of God? Read. Because not everybody is the children of God. Read.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So now, when it says Egypt, anybody got any good Bible knowledge? What condition were the children of Israel in the land of Egypt? Remember, Moses came and said, let my people go. Let them go from what?
Bring it out.
From Egypt. But what were they doing in Egypt? They were slaves in Egypt. Guess what? The same thing happened to us to this day.
Bring it out.
We are slaves in America. Right? Come on.
By the way whereof I speak unto thee.
The way I said it's going to happen is how it's going to go down. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt see it no more again. What we're going over right here, brother, is the curses that happen to the people of God. So we're able to identify who are the people of God today by what happened to them according to the curses, right? You ever heard of prophecy? Prophecy means I'm going to tell you something that's going to happen in the future. This is thousands of years before we went into slavery. Right. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
It says the Lord shall bring us into Egypt, meaning slavery.
With ships.
Wait, what?
With ships.
Who else went into slavery on slave ships besides us? Nobody. Is that right? So who is the Bible talking about? It's talking about our people.
That's
the
right.
only people that went into cargo slavery on slave ships was
That's
us.
right.
Was the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because the Cubans went into slavery on slave ships too, did they not? Yes, they did. They absolutely did. Have you ever heard of the conquistadors? No? I'm going to show you, they're right here. I got songs for y'all too. Okay? These guys right here.
Bring it out.
People like Hernan Cortez, you heard of him? Ponce de Leon, you heard of him? That's the role that these guys played, and look what they did to your forefathers. You learn this history? So guess what? The reason why you don't know this is because we've been destroyed, like we said in the curses.
Right.
Say what? Wait, what do you mean where they at? What do you mean where they at? Why they did your daddy like that? Because we broke God's commandments.
Right.
That's why. The only way they was ever able to come against us is because we broke God's commandments. Read verse 47. Watch this. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to prove it to you according to the Bible. Watch this.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all
You
things.
see that? We were supposed to serve God for everything. We were supposed to be given everything we ever wanted. But we didn't do that. So what was going to happen to us?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
You heard that? It said the Lord was going to send them against us. Are they, the white people, are they bigger than us? Stronger than us? Smarter than us? So how did they capture and enslave a whole race of people that was smaller than, that they was weaker than?
Bring it out.
How did they do that? If the Bible just told it to you, you ain't even got to guess. Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord sent our enemies against us to do this to us. To do this to us. So you can understand. This is Bible prophecy that we're talking about. Read.
In hunger, and in thirst, and in
So
nakedness.
it said hunger, thirst, and nakedness. Anytime you want to go get something to eat, where do you have to go? Say what? Okay, the food that's in your kitchen. Where did you get that from? What grocery store? Say what? Winn-Dixie. Who owns Winn-Dixie? Is it black people? Hispanic?
Bring it out.
White people own the Winn-Dixie. That's what the Lord said what happened to us. What about if you go to the farmer's market? Do we own most of the farms? No. Read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst.
Your water that you get, where do you get it from? Same place. Even the water that comes out the tap. We don't own that.
Right.
Right? We have to go to our enemies to get water. And if you don't pay your water bill, what happens? They shut that thing off. Read.
And in nakedness.
The clothes that's on all of y'all, we had to get that from our enemies.
Right.
We don't own the textile. We don't own the clothing stores to get these things from. You understand? Read.
And in want of all things.
Anything that you need a driver's license, you
Right.
need education, you need
Right.
relief, you get it from your enemies.
Right.
Black people don't control none of that stuff.
Right.
This is a curse from God. We were never supposed to go through these things, but because we broke God's commandments, we're in this condition now.
Right.
Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
That he is your enemy. He gonna do what?
He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Wait a minute. You see these yokes of iron? And one for the northern kingdom, the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans. These will be your so-called African Americans, your so-called West Indians, your so-called Asians today. All of us went through the same exact thing. And he shall do what?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
There it goes again. We were destroyed.
Right.
That's why the yokes of iron came off. They said these people don't know their God no more. These people don't know their heritage. These people don't know what customs, traditions, holidays we're supposed to celebrate.
Right.
Because that's why most of y'all out here, right? We celebrate what? I hear the Mariah Carey going on right now.
Bring it out.
Right? Christmas. And guess what? We were never supposed to celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Never ever. Y'all know Christmas is way before Christ. Anybody knew that? Give me Jeremiah. Read.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1.
Everybody, be honest with me. When we read this, y'all tell me what holiday this talk about. This is in the Old Testament. Christ did not come into the New Testament. Read.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
So, just so y'all can understand, everybody that I'm speaking to right now is from the house of Israel, right? What tribe are you from? Sis? Manasseh.
Right.
I told you earlier, sis. What tribe are you from? What tribe are you from? What I told you earlier. You remember? You're from the tribe of Ephraim.
Right.
She said she was Puerto Rican. Yeah. All right. Watch this. And the rest of y'all probably from what's your nationality, sis? African American. You're from the tribe of Judah as well.
Right.
If you watch on the side right here, you see what tribe you come from. Read. Yeah.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
This is talking to the children of Israel. What are we supposed to do? Come on.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
It said we're not supposed to learn the ways of the other nations. We're not supposed to do the other things that the other nations do. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
The signs of heaven is getting into the zodiac sign. All right? That's what's in the heavens. Come on.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
That's what they do, not what we do. Come on.
For the customs of the people are
It
vain.
said for the customs of the people are what?
Are vain.
Uh-huh.
For one cutteth the tree out of the forest.
What's the custom?
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
One cutteth a tree out of the forest. Read.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Uh-huh.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Wow. It said they deck this tree or decorate the tree with silver and with gold.
Bring it out.
What holiday is that? It's Christmas.
Bring
Can
it
that be
out.
any other holiday? What other holiday you take a tree and you decorate it? This was in the time of Jeremiah. Understand, we were never supposed to do this thing. This has nothing to do with Christ
Right.
at all. How did we come to that conclusion? Because the Bible says it.
Right.
Not only that, we read earlier that we will be destroyed.
Right.
So because we're destroyed, we celebrate our enemies' holidays.
Right.
Give me Sirach.
2:8.
Yes, sir. Colossians 2 and 8. And then I want Sirach 17 and 11. Because we have holidays to celebrate. How many of y'all ever celebrated Passover?
Bring it out, huh?
That's in the Bible. Christ celebrated Passover.
Right.
The church don't teach that thing.
Right.
How many of y'all ever celebrated the Feast of Dedication?
Bring it
Or
out.
Hanukkah? It's right now. It's,
Right.
We're literally in the second day. The second day. We're in the second day of the Feast of Dedication, but y'all never even heard of it.
Right.
Christ celebrated that too. Read.
The book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
So it says beware. You're supposed to be on the lookout. Alright? Don't leave, man. Alright? You're supposed to be on the lookout. For what? For any man to deceive you with what?
Through philosophy and vain deceit.
And vain lies. Vain lies. Read.
After the tradition of men.
Is Christmas a tradition of men or is it of God? What did we just read in Jeremiah? Say what? It's not according to Christ. Read it again.
After the tradition of men.
After the tradition of men.
After the rudiments of the world.
The ways of the world.
And not after Christ.
Did Christ celebrate Christmas? So should we celebrate Christmas? No.
Right.
Christmas is evil.
Right.
It's an evil holiday. What they used to do. You weren't born then. You weren't born at that time. Because you got no, he didn't come back at that time either. All of that stuff happened around Passover. When he was born and when he died. All that happened around the Passover. Alright? But hey, you never heard them bring out what we just read at Jeremiah about Christmas.
Right.
You ain't never heard them say that. Where that comes from is a lie. Where that comes from is they in order to get most Christians to convert to paganism, they would mix our holy days. Why you think our feast, our real feast, the Feast of Dedication, is around the same time as Christmas? The Passover is when he got put to death, and then 3 days later, during that feast, he rose up from the dead. Understand? But guess what? The Christian church don't celebrate Passover. What they celebrate? During that time of the year. Easter. Right? Easter. Right? In April, they celebrate Easter, right? Eggs with bunnies, right? Bunnies don't lay eggs.
Bring it out.
Right? Bunnies don't lay eggs. So where they get that from? It's an ancient fertility goddess that they're worshiping. It has everything to do with sex. Same thing with the ancient feast. It's called Saturnalia. They would have orgies with each other during this feast. That's where that comes from. Yes. Uh-huh. That is a sin.
A lot of stuff
Eating is a sin? That don't make no sense. I'm going to show you what's made. So nobody can trick you. We're gonna get you that. Watch this. Finish Colossians. Watch this. Let's go back to what we're reading right now.
Beware, lest any man spoil you.
Lest any man ruin you, or your understanding on this Bible, on your heritage, on your history. Read.
Through philosophy and vain deceit.
When people say things like you're not supposed to eat, that's a sin. That's a philosophy and vain deceit. When people say you're supposed to celebrate Christmas, that's a philosophy and vain deceit. When people say you're supposed to celebrate Easter, philosophy and vain deceit. You get it? Read.
After the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
So anything that they can't show you in the Bible that we need to be celebrating that day, go and ask your pastor, where does it say that we should be celebrating Christmas? He won't be able to give you an answer. Where is it that the disciples, after Christ died, celebrated Christ's birthday?
Bring it out.
No, it's not in there. That's the point. That's the point.
Right.
It's not in there at all. When did they celebrate Easter in the Bible? It's not in there. Read. That is it. Let me get Sirach 17:11, and then I'm gonna get with you about the marriage stuff. Wait. What's your question? Say what? That's a great question. That's a great question. I'm gonna answer that and embarrassing. Christ? Christ was a Jew. But Jewish is something different. I'm gonna get it for you. Watch this. The reason why you don't know is because it is. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge.
God gave us knowledge. He was only ever dealing with our people. Read.
And the law of life.
And the law of life for what?
For inheritance.
That's why we don't know who we are. Because we don't follow God's laws. Our real heritage is the laws of God.
Right.
So you would know who Christ was if you knew the laws of God. You would know your high holy days if you knew the laws of God. You would know whether or not we can eat certain foods or not. You understand?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example.